Hello, caviar connoisseurs, and welcome to week 38 of Sports Caviar. My name is Hav. We're going to be talking about some NBA free agency. We'll get you primed for the Olympic, and we've got a couple random topics that we're going to be diving into as well. Vern, Bajan, how you guys doing, fellows?
The only way I'd be better if I was you, Hob. It's good to be back. Good to get back into the swing of things. And we got our boy Bajan. It's always a
Summertime and the living easy. Great to be back with you. Great to be back with the connoisseurs. You look like summertime.
Oh man, I just finished playing some basketball outside with my son, who, for all the listeners out there, I have a 10-year-old son, and he plays a couple different sports, but we try to get in some basketball every day if we can. So today, instead of doing drills, we just did a little 1v1 action out there.
Ooh.
In Central Florida, it feels like it's 200 degrees with the humidity right now.
House court. You got the full. It's a sweet setup. Glass backboard.
some tree
What?
covers
How
there.
about
I mean,
that? What do you got down there? Sport court?
No,
Give off some heat.
it's just concrete.
That's just
concrete.
like Rucker out there.
damn. Hey,
Hey, that's
I mean,
the
the
way
real
I had
question
this.
the real question is, did he beat you?
Yeah, no. So what ended up happening is we ended up just playing to 5 because we were out of breath, man.
Defined.
So it was ones and twos, right? So I was like, all right,
Little
let's.
game of pig.
Yeah, so we just played like a little bit. It was probably like a 10, 15-minute game, but we were winded after, man. You can't even breathe out there.
That's how you train, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. And I will say this, I beat him, but like I had to hit a 2 in overtime to take him down because you got to win by 2.
Yeah.
And he hit a couple 2-pointers to keep himself in it there. And I was like, wait a second, what's happening here?
I've seen some videos with training
It-
like that.
Yeah, he hit some clutch shots, but the thing is, he really has a hard time. If he drives it to the hoop and he feels like you're going to block him, he's not going to make it. Like
I just gotta go with the stop, pump fake, and then get up. Are the Magi interested in a long-term deal for X-Men?
not,
Period.
I think he needs to grow 3 more feet, and then maybe the Magic would be interested because
Sign
it seems
that.
like the Magic
long-term deal.
they only go for size, it looks like.
That's it.
They do like their length. They do like their length.
It's ridiculous.
We ain't there. We ain't there.
Will not sign me for multiple reasons, including length.
So it's been summertime here. Bern, have you done anything exciting over the last week or two? Have you indulged in any new spots around town? Any new restaurants? See any good movies? Any new movies you want to see?
I've got some go-tos that are coming out here shortly. At the top of the list, it has to be Despicable Me 4. That's just something that I'm excited to be there. I'll probably go by myself, and it's probably frowned upon. They might ask. I think if you have to have a child with you to attend. But
Don't wear a trench coat, Burn.
that's one that I definitely want to see. I know there's a couple good ones out there, and you can't go wrong with Bad Boys 4 or 3, 4.
Did you see it?
Sure, but no. But I that's one you just have to watch.
I want to see that bad.
Yeah. I'm hoping Martin Lawrence gives Will Smith a little slap to the face. I don't know. We'll see.
Bajan, did you go see any of the new movies that came out? Inside Out 2. Despicable Me comes out tomorrow, actually.
I think that is
Tomorrow?
or Thursday. Yeah. Inside Out 2. The family, we went as a family unit. Did a nice matinee in the middle of the heat. Good way to escape the heat. So had a family meal before, so some early lunch. Then into a 3D. I saw it in 3D. And I'm telling you, I was glad I was wearing the glasses because I wept several times. This movie, every time. I couldn't wait for it to come out. It was a good cry. Right in the movie. I was glad I was shielded by the glass. I looked over, my wife is bawling. The kids, of course, they already had butter all over their glasses. I don't think they saw the whole movie. The only reason they were crying the butter in their eyes.
Yeah.
With glasses. But I wish I had them film like this when I was 12 or 13. Though our boys are 11 and 12, or 10 and 12, sorry. 10 and 12. I wish there was something that would walk me through puberty, playing what those emotions were. Anxiety, disgust, boredom. I just didn't figure it out. And my parents were terrific. But I didn't have a guide like this. So he just tremendously done. Great series. I hope there's a 3 and then a 4. I hope they catch up with 4 of these, because the second one First one's always going to have a special place in my heart, but with the addition of the new characters in this one, just phenomenally done.
Anxiety was a funny character.
Yeah, did a great job.
I
Embarrassment I liked.
Yeah, Embarrassment was good. There was a couple of different good ones. I feel like they could have done a better job with I feel like Anger has the makes of being the funniest character of all
Oh
time,
gosh, yeah.
but he doesn't say as many funny things as I think he would say when he's doing it.
It's
You
untapped
know?
potential, really. I thought the sarcasm scene, chasm, was so brilliantly done. They're
Yeah.
shouting across the void, and it just comes out sarcastic regardless of what they just ingeniously written.
They did a really
And-
good job of explaining the emotions. Really good job.
I just find it very strange that it takes a movie to teach your children these things.
That's right, Bern, because I parent
Not
them.
trying to say you guys literally just passed your parenting responsibilities on to an animation movie.
I'll
No,
tell you what.
Pixar.
No judgment, but it makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think that it's one of those things that you just don't really think about it as a parent. Like, yeah, if I'm driving around with my kids, it's not even in my thought process to say, hey, let me explain to you guys what these emotions are that you might be going through right now and what they are stemming from and all. It's just not a topic of conversation.
I find it a great tool. So it's a great talking point, right? You go see the movie together, and then you've got some points of references.
Yeah.
If situations come up. Hey, remember in the movie when this happened with anxiety, or when you can tie it to things. It's a great teaching aid, Bern, but you got to use
Look, and more power to you guys. I don't have to worry about that. I just have to watch it for myself.
You never know, Bern.
We'll see
You
what's
never
out there.
know.
You never know. You never know.
Every
There's-
day that you rise is a new opportunity to find love.
and life lesson.
Caviar connoisseurs were not prepared for this intervention. But
They-
there's also
they-
that movie too that I want to watch, Deadpool and Wolverine coming out.
Oh, Wolverine's coming out this summer?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah,
Together.
it's
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's together.
a little Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. That's good. I feel like that could be really good.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah, that'll
funny.
be good. Then if I do get to the movies to see an adult movie here over the summer, it'll be Bad Boys. I'll try to sneak away and go see that one. But more than likely, I'll be waiting to see Despicable Me 3 and then pay like $25 a ticket to see it in IMAX or something.
Why don't you
Well
Bern,
worth it.
go? Bern,
I would. Yeah,
Two buddies.
I
Well,
did.
Bern, you want to come watch it with the family? You could.
Look at that.
then
What
it-
a
you
sweet
won't-
gesture.
You won't seem as creepy.
Yeah, I could be like
rather than
the-
going by yourself.
I could just play the uncle and be like, "Hey, it's cool.
Uncle Bern.
Coming in for Despicable 4. I'm liking it."
We'll buy
Tell
you
me
one
it-
of those kids packs with the icy and the little
fruit
pop
snacks.
candy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring my own liquor.
In true uncle fashion.
Uncle Bern always
Um,
carries his own turbos.
Yeah, it's great. That flask.
I'm not a big fan of drinking in the movie theater while I'm watching a movie, though. I know I went to the movies with my sisters a couple weeks ago to see Inside Out 2, actually. And they were like, "Oh, we got to go to the bar real quick before the movie starts." And I was like, "Oh, do people enjoy doing that?"
I'm afraid that depending on the length of the movie, my bladder just is not what it used to be. If
Well,
I
there are
pre-plan
restrooms.
with a catheter, I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. I
I
know.
just can't miss, or I have to go in the bucket, which is uncomfortable for
That's-
everyone.
But you do what you gotta do sometime.
Yeah.
You could do that awkward thing. Bern, if you grab a cocktail before the movie and then you end up going after about an hour, you're like, "Hey, I need to go to the bathroom." When you're doing that, do you go get another one as well?
But yes, Bobby, it's just like chips. You can't just have one. Yeah, no, that's the whole purpose. Like you time your next drink with a quick bathroom break. Less than 7 minutes, you're gonna get an update from everybody around you. You can piece together the movie pretty quick.
I don't know, man. You might be missing a huge part.
Somebody illegally videotaping, I'll find it online.
What is this, 1997?
It's somebody back there with their VHS recorder.
Let's get into a little NBA free agency here because there's been some pretty big moves that came across. I was shocked by the Klay Thompson one, by the way. So let's start there. We'll give you both the opportunity to speak on this one. We'll start with you, Bajan. Did you think that Golden State won or lost out on this situation here with Klay Thompson leaving?
I think they won because he's gone. It's a win. I think they'll always appreciate Clay and what they brought, the titles, 2 or 3 titles there. I think this is the win. It's time for Golden State to continue or start rebuilding. And I think it's a good signing for the Mavs. This is his last contract. He's 34, 3 years. I don't mind the price tag at $50 million. I think that's the most I would pay as a GM. Not that I could pay it. If I had a choice, I think it's a good deal. Gives him a third scoring option. He's a good shooter. You look at those positions that PJ Washington were in the playoffs and didn't make all those shots. I think Klay Thompson, with all the defense drawn, potentially makes those shots if he continues to stay healthy. So I like the deal for Dallas, and I like that Golden State's got some more cap room and some chance to develop some young talent.
Mr. Nasty, what would you say from a Dallas perspective and a Golden State perspective? Who won and lost this sign and trade deal here?
I think Dallas won and Clay won. My 2 winners out of it. I hear Bajan on that. I think the writing was on the wall. They had some contract talks, almost about a year ago. He chose not to move forward with that. So I think he doesn't feel appreciated. Golden State pretty much drew a line in the sand, and it is what it is. But I think Dallas getting a guy that can stretch the floor like that with Luka and Kyrie, I think that's a dangerous scoring trio. Clay doesn't have to carry the burden. He doesn't have to be a heavy shooter. He just sits back for a catch and shoot type of guy. I think it's a great fit. So I think that's a really big pickup for them. I think that helps Golden State. They pretty much replaced Clay with the Anthony Melton. Decent signing, but he's not Clay.
No.
I think if you really think about it, between Golden State, Dallas, and Clay, outside of those 3, the big loser is LA, Lakers. They were supposed to be in the running. Their family ties to the Lakers. LeBron was, at least it's reported, saying that he was ready to take a pay cut and make sure they can pay him. I think that would have been a big pickup for the Lakers. So the Lakers have done really nothing other than get the kids. But no, out of all, if you're going to say just straight up, I would say Dallas wins that. I think that's a big pickup. And like Bajan said, the price tag was nothing exorbitant. It's all you can't go wrong he'll be fine for 2-3 years.
We are aligned.
Most definitely.
I was trying to find the actual deal on there. I know that they sent some draft picks, like 2nd round draft picks or something, right? That was part of it.
What do those work? What do you get?
You get
Bronny James.
Yeah. Something of the caliber of Bronny James, yeah. Really, in the Bronny situation, by the way, that he should have been an undrafted player. He averaged 2 points a game. So my thing is, how come he just didn't go undrafted and the Lakers just pick him up as an undrafted free agent? Or was it something that LeBron was like, no, my son's getting drafted. My son's getting drafted.
And this happened. And apparently this happens all the time, and I'm not surprised. But
yeah.
If your kid, his dream is to get drafted in the NBA.
Yeah.
And you're LeBron James, and they have a 55th overall pick, and they can literally manipulate the draft, like, you're going to do it.
The 55th pick is nothing anyway, but that's...
But they guarantee his contract.
Of course they will. They're going to do anything that LeBron says in that situation, but...
Paid peanut.
Yeah, he should be getting paid, really. But going back to the Klay Thompson deal, I actually am not as high on the situation as you two are, because Klay Thompson has really been riding the struggle bus the last 1 or 2 seasons. And I will say, obviously, he had some injury issues, so there was that. But ever since he came back, he never looked like he was himself. So there's a possibility that a change of scenery might do him well, and that's all that he's going to need to get back to being the shooter that he was. But as it stands right this second, I will say $25 million. I would be upset if you told me that the Magic picked up Klay Thompson and we had to spend $50 million to get him. I don't know how excited I would be. I would be a little bit just in the middle. Like, I need to see how he's going to do first. type of thing. I think that on paper, it made sense for him to move. It wasn't working out in Golden State anymore, so Golden State had to do the sign and trade. But I'm curious
Well,
to see if
he's
Golden State's gonna actually pick somebody else up because what the heck? Who the heck is Steph Curry supposed to win a championship with here? Oh, over there.
Draymond Green and DeAnthony Melton.
Oh,
So, and by the way, Klay Thompson's got a 3 years, so it's only 17 million a year. Just
that's
so
a,
Oh,
that's a
it's
relative
3 years.
value. 3 years.
Okay.
Relative
3 year,
value.
3 year. So
Okay, so it's
to
more of like
me,
the
That's
well,
less than
I
what
don't
we're paying.
know.
That is less than what we're paying Burn.
that's less than we're paying a lot of our
How old is he?
33, 34.
34. 34 years old.
Oh, okay. So he
This is
should
the last
have.
contract for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, he
He
should
shot
be able to get 3
39%
years.
from 3 last year.
That's all he has.
What?
That's a great point, Burn.
That's all he has to do.
Anywhere, anything over 40%, if you can get to 42, that's next level. 39 will do with what they're going to ask him to do. That's a great point.
And he was shooting 9 threes last year. So just think about that. He's going to give you 12 to 15 points a night on top of what Luka and Kyrie are doing. I think it's a low risk, high reward.
The young core is coming together. They got Lively there.
Yeah.
They already have Gafford. I think they have another year with Gafford. I'm not sure, but I like them.
They needed to get a shooter, we know that, and there wasn't really a plethora of them out there. Your boy Malik Monk, I think, did he end up re-signing with Sacramento? I know he intended to
He
re-sign.
re-signed it, man, and for less than we paid a Pope.
Yeah.
KCP?
Love Magi to have Monk. 4-year deal with the King.
Yeah.
Okay, so he ended up re-upping there. Look, we can talk about the Magic here. So the Magic, okay, so I like the KCP signing. We needed to get a shooter. He's a career 41% three-point shooter. He's 6'5". He's got some experience. I think that he's gonna slide right into the starting lineup, right?
How could he not?
Yeah.
Has to.
Yeah. So he's gonna be our starting shooting guard. He's fine on defense. Like he's no OG Anunoby, but he's
Very
good.
solid
Yeah.
defender, KCP. 3-and-D kind of guy.
Yeah, but he is like real slender though, is the only thing. I feel like it depends on who he's switched on. I like the pickup. How much did we end up signing him for, Burn?
22 million a year, so 66
66.
over 3.
Okay. I think that's pretty. We had no others. We had to do that. Yeah.
The fact that Denver chose not to pay that is actually surprising.
That's really the biggest question mark. I agree, Burn. You got to keep that team together. They're the only team that really was built to handle Boston. They were 2-0 against them this year. So it's a small sample size. But you look what could have been to make it to the finals. But I'm with you, Burn. I think it's a head scratcher that Denver didn't reset.
Yeah. They must have some. How many max contracts can Denver have? They have Aaron Gordon, Porter, Jamal Murray, Jokic. They can't just keep signing
Just
everybody.
max out the card. Max out the card. Oh, decline? Oh.
Oh, wait, there's a salary cap.
Oh.
I like that move. Now, also with the Magic, they re-signed Tanze, Gary Harris, Mo Wagner, and breaking news. The face that you're making, Bajan, is the face that I was having when I was reading those. But then also breaking news by our very own Burn Nasty. It hasn't been reported by any news outlet out there at all. It's only been reported by Burn Nasty. Jonathan Isaac has just signed a 5-year deal. Is that correct?
Correct. 84 million. Pretty much he was coming on a non-guaranteed contract of 17.5, and the Magic decided to reward him and extend it. So it pretty much aligns with what he's currently making. Based off my understanding, it is going to be a front-heavy contract, so he'll make more this year and it'll decline each year. So by the time 2 or 3 years down the road, it'll be a bargain contract, which obviously will help for salary cap purpose. But solid signing. But I'm with you guys. First of all, I did not think that Batati he must have been getting some serious looks for us to give him $7.5, $8 million a year. Gary Harris, we get at a discount for 2 year, $14 million, so 7 years, $7 million a year. He can shoot. He can come off the bench rather than be a starter. So we need some depth. Mo Wagner, you knew that was going to happen. A little surprised he got $11 million a year. So he got 2 years, $22 million. And then obviously J.I. So it just seems like, look, I love Pope. I'm liking that. TP was a good pickup. It allows us to stretch. He can shoot, obviously 41% shooter from outside, which we desperately needed. The other ones are just, hey, I guess we're just keeping the band together for depth pieces. So I guess we needed it, and it was pretty slim pickings really moving forward. But a good offseason so far. I wouldn't say the great, especially with what the East is doing. Some other teams in the East, like the 76ers and yours truly, the Knicks.
Oh, there's a transition there for you, Bijan. You probably don't want to say much about the other signings besides KCP for the Magic, right?
I think Burn covered it well.
Yeah.
Mediocre Magic. You're happy
Yeah.
with that, and you're a mediocre middle market Magic. As many M words as I can get in there. That's
Mo.
the Magic I do. Nah, KCP, I'm excited. I like. It's a fun acronym. I also like KFC. So it's like when I eat KFC, I'm like, "Man, it's good. It's fine." I did want to get that shoot chicken breast with the pizza in between, but I'm not overly excited like Taco Bell. Like when I eat Taco
Yeah.
Bell and all that. But with KFC, KCP, meh.
KCP was I really enjoyed that they did that move. We needed somebody at least to his caliber to give us a little bit of a boost. The re-signings of Gary Harris and Batanze and Mo Wagner, it's like
I'm with you. So all I can say, guys, is here we weren't going to get the big fish. I think that was pretty obvious. I don't think we were in the conversation about Paul George was probably there. But I don't think that was ever a real possibility, in my opinion.
I'm actually glad. I agree. I'm glad.
So,
that
and plus, yeah, $54 million a year or whatever it was.
thanks.
At the end of the day, we needed an upgrade. We needed shooting. We damn well did that at a pretty good cost when you think about it. And we need depth. We need people to be able to come off the bench. And we've secured pretty much all the guys. Some of those guys. Gary Harris was a starter for us last year. He's now relegated to the bench. So I think that's a good piece coming off the bench. He can still shoot. He can fill in. Mo is an energy guy. Plus, obviously, got his brother. I don't know, man. Yes, we didn't get crazy and get all these true upgrades, but we shored up our depth. We have one upgrade where we needed it. The only thing that I would like, I think Banchero said the same thing, a true
point guard,
a general. We don't have.
Yeah.
So now we can't put Jalen Suggs at shooting guard and have KCP off the bench at $22 million. We can't. And vice versa. I think this aligns for an in-season trade where we go big, and when the piece is available, we'll get it. That's my prediction.
Heard it first. Burn breaking 4 months before it happens. Perhaps 6 months before that.
Feel it.
Yeah, it's a glaring need is a true point guard for the Magic. I really hope that you don't tell me in 3 days that we re-sign Markelle Fultz, because they got to get more creative than this here. I get re-signing some people or whatever, but you don't need to re-sign Batanze. You can get a different backup center.
Oh, Guardians walk it off. This is live. Guardian walk it off.
I had no action on the Guardian game, so
incredible. Just random. So the Guardian are
is it
now
the White Sox?
Yes, it is the White Sox. But listen, the Guardians are now 41-1. 41-1 when leading after 6 innings.
41.
No,
53 and 30. It's just I don't know. I did not see this coming.
Yeah,
I did not see this coming.
I definitely didn't see it coming. I don't even know who the heck they have, and their
bullpen is tremendous. Their lineup, they don't strike out. They get on base. They do the small. Look at this. They produce this inning. They get a guy on first. They move him over. He gets over to third, and sack fly to win it. Who's winning with sack flies? The Guardians are, because they do things the right way.
I'll tell you who's not. The Yankees aren't. That's for sure.
Yankees are number 2 on that list when leading after 6. The second best winning percentage in baseball. I know you'd love to hear that.
But the Yankees need to figure out a way to freaking not be down by 9 runs in the 5th inning. It's probably
normally good. Sorry to interject. I know we're still on the hard court, but I wanted to give the Guardians some credit.
This is the way that we roll in Sports Caviar, bro. We don't have any big-time producers here, ESPN, in our ears telling us what we're supposed to be doing, what we're allowed to do.
Not yet.
That's coming. Our interns are trying to do that, but they're just ordering food.
Yeah, they've been slow.
If ESPN wanted to sign us, I would say thank you, but no thanks.
No thanks.
We're an independent podcast.
Yes.
That's how we roll.
Uh,
We're owned by the people.
That's right.
Bijan, what did you think about PG-13? Is that
13.
his? Yeah,
PG-13.
PG-13.
You can see the movie. Fine. We've seen the movie
But it-
before. What is that? He's a good third piece. He's a good third fiddle. That is a thing, or third wheel. I'm fine with that. He just came out of that situation in the Clippers. We saw how that movie ended, sadly.
Yeah.
Here's the bigger deal, smarter deal, even at the limit. This is crazy to say, but getting Maxey for 5 years for 204, you got to do it. It's a no-brainer. That's the deal that makes sense. This guy is just star potential all over it. I like PG-13. It doesn't move the needle for me as far as maybe that goes from the second or the third seed to the second seed. Still not better than Boston.
They're not better than Boston. I actually am very low on Paul George right now in where he's at in his career. Is he 35?
I think that's right.
34, 35. So 4 years. Yeah, somewhere around there. 35.
Man, I just don't think that he's a big name player, but he might be good for about 2 years in Philly. And then the second half of that contract, he's probably going to be on the injured lists. 50% of the season. He gets hurt a lot too, man.
Yeah,
We talked about Kawhi, but
when you look at the value, right, you're paying $50 million a year for Paul George. You're only paying $40 million a year for Tyrese Maxey. That's why that deal is so good with Maxey.
yeah,
Give me that all day. I know we're talking 40 and 50 million, which is ridiculous. But to save a $10 million difference and you're getting Tyrese Maxey, that's the deal that made sense. Paul George, meh.
Anunoby is going to lock Paul George down anyway, even if he is on the court. I think that if you're a Philly fan, you're probably happy. If you're a Clipper fan, you're probably upset because what are they going to get in lieu of Paul George? Because they're getting that new stadium, right?
Sure.
So is Kawhi supposed to be the face of that? The guy that plays
60 games a year?
40 games? Come see Kawhi. Oh, wait a second. Don't come see Kawhi. Come
Sorry, it's
see
Tuesday. Kawhi.
Ivan Zubac tonight.
I get it. On paper, I think they're probably like the best three. If I was going to put it in rankings, but with Joel Embiid and Paul George, you can't guarantee that they're going to play a full season, let alone 50 games. So
Yeah.
how often are those three going to play together? And they all make that's 140 million between three guys.
They're going all in on a big three. When you go for
Yep.
those big threes, that's what you got to do. I think it can work. Like you have to have the right three. I don't know if adding Paul George. I get what Philly was doing. They had the opportunity to get him. It's a big name. The fan base might be aroused by this. I don't know. They probably are.
Yeah.
He's an upgrade from Tobias Harris, right? Tobias Harris is no longer there, or is he? Are they going to have?
Bern, I'm sorry. That may be, I love you, Bern. I want you to know that, but that may be the worst signing of this offseason. Bern,
Look,
please tell me you agree. That's awful.
I don't love the signing for the Pistons, but they don't have any veteran.
A lot, $20 million.
I know, but we have to. Nobody's gonna go to Detroit. And we don't have guys. There's nobody in the free agency that we can get and would spend money because you still have to spend your cap. And we had 60 some odd million to spend. So this guy's on a 2-year deal, 26 a year, so 52 million. Is it a little high? Yes, but he gives us scoring.
He'll shoot.
Yeah. Well, we need Voigt. And so I think the rest of the cap we're gonna fill with the old, hey, let's make a trade. We'll take on one of your bad contracts.
He's been there before. He played in Detroit before.
Yeah, 16 to 18, something like that, right?
Yeah. He's coming back home.
No, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not. It's a horrible. Do we need him? No. It's
Yeah.
only a worthwhile. It's a worthwhile thing. But he's also, maybe he has a good start to the season. He's going to be one of our top 2 options, and a tradable asset for a contender down the way that needs somebody. And he's not on a horrendous contract. It's not the best, but it's not horrendous.
I wouldn't say it's horrendous. It's just bad. Horrendous.
Again,
Horrendous would be $30 million a year. That's just,
but at the end of the day, I feel like the Pistons are doing this for salary cap purposes, and most likely a tradable asset at some point.
Can they use just some of Monty's old contract and they say, hey, we still have to pay this? Can we put this towards our cap? Help us out here. Can we use some of this? Is that fine?
You would think I wish Monty could just give us a little bit of reprieve. He destroyed it. So,
Do you remember? Did you guys ever watch the show Arrested Development?
That's where that's bias.
Tobias?
Parent.
the bias,
Jean shorts and all, jorts, baby. Crying in the shower. That's how Pistons fans feel right now. Crying in the shower with Tobias.
Look, we're not going to make the playoffs. We're not contenders. So what does it really matter? We are going to be at the bottom of the food chain no matter what. So Tobias needed a spot. He needs a few extra dollars. We're here to help. We're givers.
And I don't really know. I know why this deal happened. I don't think he's worth $87 million, but the Thunder get Hartenstein for $87 million on a 3-year deal. That's a little bit of a stretch, in my opinion. I like the guy, but
29 a year.
Einstein, good for him. If you're his agent, which I believe
Yeah.
is as well,
I did well.
done really well. Like cash in when you're hot. This will look terrible by the middle of next season. Terrible.
but he's not going to be. They have Holmgren as their center, right?
Yeah, why would you? I don't understand.
He could be power forward. Holmgren can step out, make some threes.
That's
He's
true.
lanky. Give him the big guy
So
that
you
can actually plug
slide
the middle.
Jet to the 4.
Without speaking for OKC, that's what I would do. I think
could do
Hartenstein
that?
fills up the. I think Hartenstein fills
Yeah.
up the middle, plugs that middle, and then have Holmgren be able to step out and stretch, be a stretch 4. They've done well, and they got rid of
7'4", stretch 4.
They
That's what the game.
they traded Giddey and got Caruso, a solid defender. I think that they're going to be one of those. They're in that favorite category in the West, in my opinion.
They also
Bulls and Giddy. I love what they did under the radar with Patrick Williams, 22-year-old, 6'8", can defend, can shoot the 3. So again,
From?
$90 million. Yeah,
From?
there you go. 5 years, $90 million. I think it's a great signing. They do a good job in Chicago re-signing their guys. And to Burns' point, to add that to Giddy, the Bulls are be relevant.
Well, that's three Seminoles that got paid this offseason.
this J.I., the homie
Yeah,
from Milwaukee,
you
didn't,
got-
right? Beasley?
The Toronto Raptors.
Oh, Scotty Barnes?
Yep.
He
Got
did he
paid.
sign a max extension?
He got big dog. He got big dog money.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't know. How
There's going to be Malik Beasley as a free agent. I was wondering if the Magic were still in on him.
Barnes is at 270 over 5 almost. He
Work.
could earn
Right.
So just
over
over
wow.
50, almost 54 million a year. So pretty.
They had to do that once Siakam left. They were like, we got to keep Barnes at least.
Yeah, if he makes an All-NBA team and wins defensive player, you can get up to 270 over 5. But we'll see.
So OKC also picked up Wiggins on a 5-year, $47 million deal. And it's not Andrew Wiggins. This is Aaron Wiggins. So,
I was hoping it was Aaron Wiggins.
yeah, exactly. Let's see here.
What about the Pelicans?
Oh, you got James Harden re-signed with the Clippers.
I'm sorry, Clippers fan.
It would have been. This would be the time where, hey, look, let's
Please.
restart.
Kevin Love's staying in Miami for $4 million a year.
Was he there? Good. Kevin?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I didn't. How many? I didn't even know he played last year.
I don't
Good-
know.
Good,
I
good for
don't
K
know.
Love. Good for K Love.
I'm mad at K-Love. Go get it, K-Love.
This is weird. Chris Paul is leaving Golden State. We said last year that we didn't understand why he even signed with Golden State in the first place. That made no sense, that signing. And then 1 year later, he leaves to go play in San Antonio.
It's a great signing, actually. I think that young
Agreed.
backcourt for the Spurs. It's $11 million. You're with Popovich. He's a coach. He's basically going to be an extension of Popovich for $11 million. You could do a lot worse. We've already talked about 5 or 6 players you could do a lot worse at $11 million with to come and help be your 9th or 10th guy off the bench and a true mentor for that young backcourt.
And that they gave a lot of flack to the Spurs for trading out of the 8 or 9 pick when I think they picked up the point guard, pretty much saying that San Antonio needs that point guard, that Wembanyama needs that guy that can handle the pick and rolls and facilitate. So I think that, and that veteran leadership, I think Paul will be perfect for that. I think it's again, low risk, high reward for this. It's pretty easy and for Chris Paul to close out his career with the Spurs, most likely.
Hall of Fame career.
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
First ballot.
he never got the championship though.
And he's not going to get it this year. So,
probably about 2 years early on that one. He'll set the groundwork. He's going to set that foundation for it, and they're going to be relevant sooner than later.
Yeah, he needs to retire soon, though. I will say, let's see here. That's going to do it for free agency for right now. I was actually wondering from you guys. So we went on this group. It was like, it ended up being like a big couples trip. It was a 40th birthday down in Miami area. And we were by the beach and just hanging out. We stayed down there for 2 nights. And
makes sense why I didn't get an invite.
yeah, you
I didn't either,
wouldn't have
Burn, not
enjoyed
invite.
this one. Yeah. It was more so one of Stephanie's friends that was turning 40. But anyways, I digress here. So my question to you guys is, and I could be thinking about this incorrectly. The first night we got there, we all hung out. We were by the pool and by the bar and stuff. And then we got ready for dinner. And then we had a couple drinks after dinner, and it was around like 9:30, 10, and everybody was like, it's time to go to the room and go to sleep.
What?
So that was night 1, okay? So now everybody's, yeah, we want to be like fresh for tomorrow because tomorrow's the big beach day and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay.
Fresh for the beach?
I don't know. So now we go to night 2, and then same thing. We go to the beach, we hang out, we go to dinner, and then it's around 9:30, 10, and people are wanting to do the same exact thing, go to bed. And that's the last night of the vacation. We go home the next day. My question is, am I thinking about this incorrectly? Because I was thinking, don't you guys want to go out and continue hanging out? We have no kids here. Let's hang out till
Yeah.
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Like I have nothing to do. Let's go hang. And no other, and there was like 14 people, 18 people. And it was like every single couple, except for me and Stephanie, were like wanting to go to bed. And I was like, are we the weirdos or are they the weirdos? I couldn't tell. What do you guys think?
I think you should have invited us, and you wouldn't have had that problem.
Yeah, I don't think we would have gone based off that description.
I know.
You got to make time. You got a
yeah.
limited time. You got to get out and enjoy. We went on a week-long excursion to Myrtle Beach. A lot of families, a lot of kids, baseball every day from 7 to 5. And you know what? You got to make time to get out to the nightlife, hit the local spots, stimulate the economy. I spent some early morning, late evening, because that's the right thing to do for people, for yourself, and for the economy. I picked up
I like
darts,
that.
triple
I like that
16s,
spin. Yeah.
triple 18s, really got the form tuned in. You got to get out
I like
there.
that.
Live your
Yeah.
life.
We were
Yeah,
about
I mean,
30
I agree.
minutes from the Hard Rock in Hollywood. I was thinking about taking an Uber to Hard Rock and just gamble.
Yeah. Pay for the trip.
Yeah, to me, and obviously I don't have kids, but the fact that you guys get a kids-free weekend, it's a celebration that I would think that at least get to midnight.
I know.
That seems very strange that everybody was like, oh yeah,
To Miami.
let's go to bed.
It was like basically Miami. We were like in the South Florida area.
Wow.
Crazy.
Rested, Hob. If it's worth it, your skin looks great.
This was weeks ago.
Okay.
But
Well, it's
it was
paying off now.
yeah, I was just wondering if I needed to know if I needed to. I didn't know if this was like an age thing because that's really where I was going with it because the girl was turning 40, so everybody that we were with was in their low 40s, high 30s, whatever. And I was, is this what happens now when I hang out with people that are in their 40s on vacation? Should I just set my expectations to 10, 11 o'clock now? Or am I just with a totally different group here is what's happening? You know?
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm just gonna. I wouldn't blame age on that because there are plenty
Okay.
that are in that age group that would have been right there with you and ready to go.
I know my friends would. It was just like,
That's
I was
right.
like, I'm like in the twilight zone here. The do you guys have Boston Market in North Carolina, Bijan?
Does anyone have Boston? Are they still open?
I the Boston Market in Lake Mary went out of business. So
That's shocking. The Boston markets in the country have gone out
The
of.
last one.
are they
The
all
last
gone?
one.
They're all gone?
Did you find one in Miami?
The one in Mary went out of business and it hasn't been replaced yet. So I was wondering if that happened to all Boston markets or is it just like random locations that are going away? So was there a Boston Market in DeLand, Burn?
No, we were bougie, but we were not that bougie apparently. Or maybe we
Is
were
that
ahead of the
is
curve. And based off my understanding, there's only about 27 or 30 Boston markets still standing across the country.
There are,
Mm.
would you say just over 300?
30.
I did not know the stat. I Googled the stat, but as of May 2024, this is throughout the country, a low number, just over 322 Boston markets. But Have and Burn, you're in luck. State with the most is the great state of Florida with 41 locations.
Yeah.
Except for Lake Mary.
Yeah, I actually felt a little bit bad about it because I stopped going to that one because I actually really enjoyed their chicken. They had some pretty good chicken in there, by the
I like
way.
their mac and cheese. I like.
Yeah, they had good cornbread. The thing is that I had gotten some corn as my side dish, and in the corn was some hair. I never
Cooking
went
with
back.
worms.
Yeah, I never went back after that.
My research is saying that they had around 300 restaurants in 2023, and they've been closing since, and now it's down to under 30.
Wow.
Jeez. Is
So
there any in the Charlotte area? I want to see if we could send Bajan on a trip.
I just one in Raleigh. I just looked at the map. I think there's one existing one. I'll film from there next week. It's fine. I'm sure they'll sponsor it. They've got a ton of marketing money to put behind it.
They'll be like, "Yeah, we'll sponsor you
Uh,
guys. The check's gonna bounce, so it doesn't matter."
yeah, there's just to the southeast of Charlotte. Is that what it's
Okay.
about? Near
Yeah, let's get one. Let's get Bajan over
some
there.
near
Let's get
Matthews,
boots on the ground.
Morning Star Acres,
Oh, I'm there.
just off 74.
Oh, damn. Okay. We're all from this.
Just head that way.
Oh, it's permanently closed, Bear. That one.
Oh, son of a! They're closing so quick. It blew 30.
That actually happened today. And then this was our last customer.
And they were our largest sponsor.
What do you think? What do you think went wrong with Boston Market? You think they were overpriced? Do you think the food wasn't good? I thought their food was pretty good.
Gotta shake
So
it. They didn't have enough items to, yeah. You already have KFC in that market. Popeyes is halfway in that market.
Everybody's got chicken, turkey, potato, mac and cheese.
It's not Thanksgiving.
Everything.
No one
No,
wants that
who
in
has
May.
turkey? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
Arby's had turkey.
I had their carving sandwiches, like the carvers. That's all they could do. Then they could reinvent the menu. There's only sometimes you cranberries on turkey again. No one wants that in May.
Have Thanksgiving every day.
there was one in Tallahassee. I wonder if that one's still there.
Oh, that one's definitely still there, thriving.
Yeah,
Arrive for the kids that miss home.
it was more on the local side of town. It wasn't in the
Ah.
college side of town. It was on like the local Tallahassee area, and it was pretty crowded over there. That Boston Market was happening, but
Come replace your family's unconditional love with turkey.
It does.
Home.
It does look like they're still alive.
I knew it.
okay, maybe next time we go to Tallahassee, we'll be able to slide in there and maybe get a dish and
Yeah.
see how it's performing.
Yeah, one of the last 27. We'll see. They're still there.
Yes.
It's like the
That's our special guest appearance in the studio. I'm gonna let him pop in here.
do you want to talk
for it.
about the fact
Wait
that the
for it.
what
Oh,
what is Josue's doing there?
that's right. Oh, cameo.
Josue, what are you doing?
Yeah. But just driving wins. He is producing income for. He's owning FanDuel right now. This guy, phenomenal performer.
Apparently, he has forgotten our phone numbers.
He's the
I
bomb.
have not received any. I have not received any
The lock of the day. He forgot to give us the lock of the day.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start. You may go to a paper service for the lock of the day.
Did he take the Yankees? They're making a comeback right now, by the
He
way.
definitely did not take the Yankees tonight. That much I can tell you.
They were playing the Reds.
No, he felt it. He said felt it in his plums. Not right tonight.
It's 5-4 now, by the way, score update. The Yankees are only down by 1 run in the top of the 8th. They still have 6 outs to go. There's still a chance in the Bronx.
The Bronx. Game on. Maybe we'll put the Yankees game on for you.
If you have Juan Soto, you're still in the game, right? Or I guess really, Aaron Judge is on track to hit, 70 homers this year?
It's incredible. Judging and performance.
With 8 plus RBIs before July, which is only the 3rd time in Yankee history. Can you name?
Danny Tartabull and Don Mattingly.
Wow. What kind of Yankee fan are you?
Bernie Williams, Derek
Babe.
Jeter.
It was the Babe and Mickey Mantle.
There's a million people that I could choose from in Yankees.
Only 3.
When you look at the season home runs, Judge has 62, correct? That was what he hit. He has the most home runs in a single season out of anybody that didn't take steroids, right?
I think
Like
that's correct.
The people above him, I think, is McGuire, Sosa, and Bonds.
Yes. And here we are live in the Bronx here, Hob, just for you.
Oh, baby. 5-4.
Forget about the interns. We just needed bros here. Now we
That's
get
all
channels changed. Real life stat.
Tell him to move to Huntersville for forever.
Oh, I would love that. Him and the family. Great.
So the Yankees have been sliding.
Ooh. Orioles have been rising.
The Orioles have been rising, so you got that there in the AL East. That, I will say, that is probably just going to come all the way down to the very, very last 2 weeks of the season, that race. Do you think?
It's so good for baseball. It's terrific for the Yankee fan, terrific for the Baltimore fans. It's terrific for baseball.
Now, in Burns' division, you got the AL Central. It's just Cleveland. There's nobody even really sniffing their diapers.
Minnesota and the Royals are both pretty much 6-7 games out. But yeah, and then you have the
bro.
The
7 games back.
The Tigers are only 15.5 back. We got
still in it.
We're still in it. We are mathematically still in.
At least till the second week of August. Yes.
Cleveland looked to be running away with that division.
Yeah, by far here. Minnesota, I guess to your point, they have a chance, but I really don't see it. Now, in the AL West, this is where Bijan is probably getting very aroused right now.
If he's watching this,
AL West baseball, if he's tuning in every night. What is happening with the Houston Astros now?
9-1 in their last 10, and I hate to tout the Astros, but I've been talking about them for 3 weeks. They were coming on, and Seattle that ship is taking on water. 9-1 in their last 10 games. I predicted they would be 3 games above 500 of the All-Star break. They are now 43-41. On June 18th, Astros were 10 games back. 10 games back. As of today, 3 games back, and they're coming back in Toronto.
Man,
I picked them to make the playoffs. I'm trying to think back if either of you two did.
Oh, I did.
Let's see. We'll have to go to the baseball preview one. I think you picked Seattle to win the division, Burn.
I feel like I had Seattle and Houston coming out of the West, but it might have been Houston, to be honest.
Somebody had Seattle out of you two. I think Bijan probably had Houston winning it.
I had Houston win the division. I believe Seattle will take the wild card, which is what's shaping up right now.
I think that Burn had Seattle.
We'll look back.
We'll look at the tape. All right, interns will pull the tape.
Burn, I think you should be excited about that pick anyway because you're currently in first place. Yeah.
Well, I feel good.
It's just they're 3-7 in their last 10, so they're joining the Yankees there in the last 10 games. The Yankees
Tigers were 4-6
this year. Are the Yankees up to bat now? Yes, they
I
are.
believe. Yes, they are.
Who's batting right now? Where are we at in the lineup? Are we in the
Let's take a look
upper
here.
half or let's
The
see, is
bullpen?
that
Who is that?
Glaber? Is that Glaber Torres?
Like Glaber?
I can't
It is
tell.
Glaber.
Glaber. So is he batting 5th or 6th tonight? Possibly.
Let's
It
see,
normally
the
has a
five-hole
little
Glaber?
number on the
Yeah, 5-hole.
5-hole. Okay. Glaber, you never want your 5 hitter to be batting 220, by the way.
Or just modern
little bit.
baseball. Yeah.
White Sox news, you'll say Crochet's on the move at the deadline. Is that the big thing that everybody's talking about?
Headed to Chavez Ravine, possibly. I'd love to see that deal of Robert.
Why?
Why not?
You guys don't need anything else. You've already
Yes,
spent $2
yes.
billion.
But look at the annual payments, Huh? That's what's important. Get your monthly payment down. Encourage yourself cash flow. Little financial
Unbelievable.
tips.
You want to
That's
just
what
you want Bryce Harper and Mike Trout too? Is that like
How about Miggy Rojas? So you talk about all this money we're paying. We get a veteran like Miggy Rowe. Mookie Betts has been out for 11 games. Not
Yeah.
only that phenomenal defender and clubhouse leader, he's batting 350. Since Betts went out with 4 doubles and playing immaculate defense. We just keep plugging in. Our piece GM work is just so solid for Los Doyers. Incredible. And the Padres are hot. The Fathers are coming on. Had a great last center 15 game, but still 7.5 back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned with it. In the NL Central, the Cubbies are in dead last, and my season-long pick for them to win the division is looking very right now. Are they going to be trading Bellinger at the deadline? Is that like where they're at this point?
They'll
Or
trade
These
everything.
also will end up with the Dodgers. Reading the torch. Don't worry.
Who isn't going to end up with the Dodgers? Just so I know what the other teams have a chance of getting. I'd be nice to know.
Brooker looked good. Phillies continue to look good. Little stat game. So there are 6 division leaders. We'll call it 7 division leaders because Baltimore and the Yankees are tied. So 7 teams tied for first place right now. In first place or tied for first place. How many of those 7 are in the top 10 in ERA, overall ERA?
I would say the Phillies are.
Dodgers. I'd take a 3.
I would say Milwaukee. Is Milwaukee in there?
You got it. Burns giving me a number. What's your number, Half?
I'll say 4.
All right. So if you combine them, you'd be correct. All 7. The pitching matters. We want to talk about hitting. All 7 in the top 10 ERA. Now,
Can you?
out of those
Who's 8, 9, 10?
8, 9, 10, you've got Atlanta is 4. I had to look up 8, but 1 through 9 actually is those 17. So this is my World Series prediction is going to hold. If you remember what this is, it'll give away the answer. What are the only 2 teams out of those 7 that are top 3 in OPS, so on base plus slugging, and ERA? So doing it with the bat, doing it with the pitching. Who are those 2 teams?
It's got to be the Dodgers as one of them.
Dodgers and Orioles.
You got
And-
it. Birds. The Birds and the Dodgers. That's incredible. Top 3 for both those teams from an ERA standpoint and then an OPS. So I think on a collision course to the Fall Classic.
I don't know about that one.
I thought you might object. Huh?
Let's see who wins the AL East first, because I think that what's going to end up happening in that situation is when it comes to playoff positioning, who's going to be the team that has to face off in the wild card round out of those 2. So I think that's going to be massive. That division race is massive. If the Yankees need to go get a pitcher and get rid of Cortez or somebody like that at the deadline, then just do it, because they just need to bolster the starting rotation. I don't care what kind of penalties we have to pay. Just go spend the money and go get somebody that we can trust to get a win in August and September and October, right? It'll be interesting to see if the Yankees do that. I actually like that the Baltimore is as good as they are, because it puts some pressure on Cashman to go make a move.
So
don't sit on your hands, brother. You think this is Atlanta? We're not fine with being 8 games back.
Well, talk about some injuries, man. Talk about some injuries that they've had to deal with. Their 2 best players are out for the season. Come on. Atlanta's going to make some moves. And they'll be right just fine.
Are they really, though? Because they're not the type of franchise that does that, though.
They did it for the World Series. They got Rosario, picked up a couple of guys. When Acuna was out, I feel very confident that they'll make some moves to shore up some things.
They're probably thinking to themselves, the division's already lost, maybe. Depending, we'll see where they land at the All-Star break. But I would say if they feel as though they're going to be a wild card for sure, if you were a GM, would you use some prospects to go make a move in that situation, or do you wait until you're a division leader to do those things?
They're good enough to beat anybody on any given night. So I'd say they'll spend if they have to. If the right fit there, the right upgrade.
Anthopoulos has been very shrewd. Brilliant move. So don't put it past him.
Who's the big fish at the trade deadline? Who's out there that is a possibility that somebody, one of these contenders, can go poach? Is there a player, a batter or a pitcher that's out there right now even?
You mentioned it. I think Crochet from a long term, right now is the biggest piece I look at.
What's his ERA?
I would say it's middle threes would be my guess. 3.5. I don't have it in front of me, but his strikeout.
Yeah.
And show him his ability to go deep into the game. Second, third times in the lineup is huge in this day and age.
Okay. So Crochet, do you think Jazz Chisholm is on the move?
You like Jazz? That doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me. Nothing from the Marlins. Nothing. No. What is Jazz going to do? Come up with a different color oven mitt, sliding mitt, dance around, hit one leadoff homer every 12 games?
Can you ask Josue if he likes Jazz Chisholm? Is he still in
like
the garage?
Jazz? Yes. I'm getting a report. You want Jazz? I'm getting a big double. He actually put his phone down to put thumbs down. He only had one thumb out, and that's how much he hated it.
Oh, man. We got some Jazz Chisholm haters in the house.
It's pretty much White Sox, Angels, Marlins, Rockies.
You don't think Toronto? What about Toronto?
Any of those players are going to go.
Nobody from the Blue Jays?
Dodgers already tried that with Kevin Biggio. Mixed bag of results so far.
Guerrero's not going to the Yanks.
I know that Guerrero is going to stay put, but do you think that maybe Bichette? Do you think they're keeping Bichette and Guerrero no matter what?
I think it'd be a little early to give up on them.
Agreed. Burn, we are aligned.
They could. What about George Springer, Justin Turner?
There's George. I think Justin Turner may go to a contender. I could see that. I think it's not a 2 year. Was it a 2-year deal? I think that could happen. Chris Bassett Hound. Ugh.
Jose Berrios.
God bless the Blue Jays.
Kevin Gausman. They've got some players, bro, and they are in dead last. So I would be curious to see if some of these guys get moved at the deadline, to be honest. We did not get a chance to talk about the Olympics. I had some very juicy stats, but it has come to my attention that the Olympics aren't starting for several weeks, so we don't actually have to talk about that.
Yeah, we have 3 weeks. 7/26, July 26th will be your opening ceremony for the Olympic petty.
And Byrne is going to be our resident Olympic expert.
Yeah, we are sending Byrne, of course, all expenses paid again. Petty. I don't think you leave next week, Byrne. Are you there through August?
Yeah, I think mostly the United States Olympians are going to be heading out there in the next 3 to 7 days. So I'll head out with them, and that way I can be there during their training and preparation. So
now we
head out the area.
Stay for the Paralympics as well. You're going to cover both, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to come back, and I don't really have to spend time with the family. All is well.
I really want to
enjoy the Paralympics.
Forward to that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of threats going on. I've heard about just in general with the Olympics taking place over there. There's terrorist threats and different things like that. How do they
sending me into a hostile environment? Nice of y'all. Nice of you.
We'll have you pack a helmet.
You'll be fine.
How do they even? I know that the games will go on regardless, more than likely, unless it's like an insane threat that they get. But My thing is, how do they even keep that secure? If you get a threat like that, you can put boots on the ground, but it's like, what are you really gonna do? Isn't it just one of those situations that it's just a risky event regardless?
And unfortunately, we've seen at the Olympics, it seems to be a unfortunate popular place for those events. So we hope for nothing happens. We hope for a clean and safe game. Always love the Olympics. And hopefully it's peaceful.
All I know is we are projected to blow every country out of the water as far as total medal, as we do every year, typically.
She's a grand old flag. She's a high flying flag.
I think they had us projected. I think I saw 123 total medal, with second place being like,
Yeah, that's right.
something like
Let's
that.
get back to domination.
What happened in
So-
the Tokyo Olympics? How did we fare over
we
there?
we've won the last couple Olympics. We were the top
Yeah.
medalist. At the end of the day, we definitely don't lead in gold, which is I don't know how you score this, but at the end of the day, we medaled in a lot of them. But mostly swimming is probably our top sport.
Swimming, there's
Yeah,
I don't know how many different
A lot of good
sports there
stories.
are. Is there like 50
a
different,
ton.
70 different sports?
There are artistic swimming this year. Artistic.
There is artistic swimming.
I don't look good when I swim. If you've ever watched like a child swimming event, it's anything but artistic. I really have I get admiration if you can make swimming
32.
controlled
Yeah,
drowning.
32.
Do they have pickleball in
32,
there?
32 total. I do not have. Actually,
Pickleball will be in LA in 28. That's what I mean, Joel.
Is pickleball going to be an Olympic sport?
Los Angeles 28, huh?
Okay, so we got pickleballs being added, and then there's a couple is darts an Olympic sport?
Should be. And I should try out after that performance in Myrtle Beach. I can tell you that.
What about beer pong? It won't be beer pong, but they can do with water. Could that be an Olympic sport? That
They
would
should
be
do the
amazing.
local drink. This one would be like wine pong. Yeah, if you come back LA, we could do like I don't know, tequila or IPA. You gotta go with the local beverage, and that's what the company go with of the country, the national country drink.
And it would be Paris. What do they drink in Paris?
There's champagne and then wine, correct?
lots of wine.
Yeah.
There's skateboarding.
That's cool.
I don't even
Barney,
know.
France.
Oh, the Yankees are back up to bat. We got Trent Grisham up to bat. That's
right.
very promising.
Oh, that's an impressive foul ball.
Right. Who's the Cincinnati Reds closer, Bijan?
I don't know. Is it Garrett? Who's on the hill right now?
Well, the closer, yeah.
Diaz.
What's his first name?
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh, it sets him down though.
Well, it's Trent Grisham. This is part of the problem here. We got Rizzo on the DL. We got Stanton on the DL. These are two big gaping holes that we have in our lineup right now. You got to bring in Trent Grisham to take their place.
You gotta have depth. Huh?
I guess we're just not as we're not as deep as our pockets aren't as deep as Los Doyers anymore.
Neither is your farm system.
But the Yankees' revenue is like $700 billion a year, but they can't afford to buy some players.
It's ridiculous.
And
I think if you allow sideburns, you'd have more players.
You should have done better with your financial planning, like the Dodgers did.
That's correct.
Paying Ohtani $1 makes more sense.
it's going to be who do we?
They've been paying
Austin
$20 million a
Wells.
year for the next 50 years.
Just get on base, brother.
And
What do you line out?
They cut it.
Mechanic corn there.
He didn't even have to move on that.
No. Perfect defensive positioning.
I feel like there's football this year.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Flag
Wow.
football, right?
I'm gonna look more up, but there's handball. I feel like I could be the Olympic star there.
Well, you're really.
Like, I don't even, it's canoeing, there's BMX, freestyle, cycling, rowing, rugby, sailing, skateboarding, sport
Well,
climbing,
that'll be one that I'm
surfing.
definitely going to watch.
table tennis.
We'll burn that
Definitely.
chin there.
But
So,
see, I feel like table tennis, I get it. It's been an Olympic sport for a while, but my thing is that they should replace that with pickleball at least. Isn't that a little bit more
Pickleball's
entertaining?
Yeah, I think pickleball is going to happen at some point, but it is not 2020.
Oh, how do you guys lose to the Reds?
the
How do
big
you
red
lose to the
machine.
Reds?
Make that 3-8 for the Yankees.
Ooh. Oh,
And currently second place in the AL.
that's right. This just
Luis Gil has really been struggling his last couple performances on the mound. I'm starting to get a little nervous about him, actually. I bet what we're going to end up seeing with him is in the next week or two, he's going to land on the IL. That's what
coming.
happens. They start to struggle, they magically go on the IL, and then they come back. They're not even injured. They're like, let's take you out of
Just
the
need a little
rotation.
break. Oh, a little red. A little R&R.
But Sean, big plans for 4th of July? What are you doing, brother?
Neighborhood will be jumping. We've got that wiffle ball game you called for, Hob, so we'll be putting that on. Filming that in the
Ooh.
cul-de-sac. The neighborhood always, kids are out, sparklers, fireworks. We get together in the cul-de-sac. Someone inevitably goes down to the great state of South Carolina and buys real pyrotechnics. And
Yes.
it's always a good time. We watch Capitol 4th as a family, even if it's taped, if it's later, 9:30, 10 o'clock, we watch that. So looking forward to it. What about you?
Hot dogs?
As always, I'm in high demand, so I've got a buddy that has been just begging me to come over to his party. They're apparently having a cool house party. We'll see if it's probably 4 people or 3 couples, but I get to venture over to good old Hobbs for a little 4th of July celebration.
Ah,
Better be good food.
There'll be some food. We got some pork. We got some pulled pork. We'll have some hot dogs. My thing is that with the hot dogs is, do you? And I'm happy that we're talking about this actually. Do you guys prefer, if you're gonna eat a hot dog, do you prefer it to be grilled or boiled?
grilled. Never. Boiled is sad.
It needs to
Okay,
have some dark skin on all around it.
Okay, yeah.
That burnt.
Boiled? Wow.
Wow.
Boiled okra versus fried okra. Yeah. Boiled.
Have you ever had a boiled hot dog?
Yeah,
Yes, and I cried.
I can eat.
I ate it between a slice of white bread and Saturday.
Nothing beat the grilled anything like a burger. It's okay out of the stovetop. I can do it, but
Oh no, not
grilled
the
up, baby.
yeah. No, I understand that the grilled is preferred, or I was gonna grill some, but I was like, do people like boiled hot dogs? I don't
No,
like.
you're gonna host a party and have a set
Children.
like a creepy hot dog water just sitting around. We can serve shots of that.
I don't know how I would
Ooh.
actually serve it. I think I would just have them. I don't know. I didn't put a lot of thought into it. That part of it.
I would say some kids because of the texture. My
Yeah,
nephew is
that
the weird one about that. 'Cause he
yeah.
doesn't like it grilled because he doesn't like
Okay.
the skin. So I would say that I would hope that 99.9% of adults will prefer.
If you want Burn
Grilled.
to show up, do not boil the hot dog stuff.
We'll have
If
some
I-
grilled hot dogs. We have some pulled pork. We got
Mm.
all other kinds of different things. We got some beer pong going. I'll
Just
have.
let me
I'm
know what I need to
making.
bring.
I'm making a juicy playlist. A
Ooh.
juicy playlist.
We know the
so
music's
that
gonna be good.
we can have.
Is it just sports caviar bloopers?
Yeah, I'll just have it on repeat. People will be like, they'll be like, who are these people that are talking? It's our podcast. Have you guys not been
The
listening?
Oregon State Cougars. That's over
For
and
8
over
hours.
again.
For 8 hours, you've been living with us. You've listening to us the whole time.
But yeah, so party starts at noon, by the way, Burn. So we'll just be hanging out more of a daytime thing. And then I don't know if you normally go somewhere to go watch fireworks. A lot of people go places to go do that stuff. So we
I
figured
go to
we'd
bed.
do daytime. Whoa.
Like your people down in Miami.
How do you go to bed with all the fireworks, bro?
It's like rain.
Yeah.
Steady pops.
How's that?
Bajan, what are you going to do tonight with Josue?
Have some fun. We'll have some late night baseball. We've got some wagers to cash out. Just need a couple more legs. One leg of our 12-leg parlay.
As always.
We can enjoy that.
You got
An
11
enjoyable
games
visit
left.
as always.
Yeah, you got 10 games going on different TVs.
We have a lot to do. Then we got the Asian market, so we'll just stay up.
Oh, yeah. Just stay up till 5 in the morning.
It's all for
I love it.
commerce.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a very safe 4th of July. Don't be crazy out there. We see a lot of reports. My wife used to work in the ER, and 4th of July, there was just so many issues with fireworks. Hopefully, just think twice before you do anything stupid on 4th of July. How about that? That's a good one, right? Good motto.
Put a fire burn
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll get a
bottle rocket and it just burnt right through my
Oh.
pants, and it was bad.
We're lucky you're still here, Bert.
Talk those stories next time. Always a pleasure.
jeez. We'll get some video of Burn Nasty doing some nice dance moves at the party too. We'll
Can't wait.
slide those right on up to our IG.
Yeah. So
right, we'll go
you guys on our IG.
Yep, and then all of you Yankee fans out there, just hang in there. Don't worry, we're going to be facing off against Los Dodgers in the World Series. You heard it here first. Bijan, take us out.
And I'm proud to be an American. Enjoy. Celebrate, gents. It's the pinnacle of
Sir.
summer. Be safe, be loud, be proud.
America.
See you guys next week.